I'm bamboozled, I'm kerfuffled, I'm just sick and tired of this conversation being had. Now, this conversation being had, you might be asking what conversation I'm talking about. I'm talking about the rank distribution in Marvel Rivals. Now, if you're anywhere around the community, you will see and hear all the time that if you're in Grandmaster, you're a fraud, and it's easy to get to. And everyone is in Grandmaster. Now, I'm not going to say everyone in there is not a fraud or everyone in there deserves to be there, but I am going to say it's not easy to hit Grandmaster. It's actually kind of hard for most people because it just is, okay? It just is. And I'm going to explain to you why that most people in GM or above aren't frauds and actually probably deserve to be there. But first, I am going to say this. It's easy to climb in this game before Grandmaster. That is a fact. You can have a negative win rate and hit GM3 if you play like 800 games. That is true. Like, for me, for example, I had a 49.7 win rate. Why did I have a 49.7% win rate? Because I went on a loss streak of like 12. But since you gain more than you lose, when I finally actually won like enough games to get to GM, which I was like I was like one game from GM, then I ranked all the way down to Diamond 3, one game from Plat, and like won every game straight except like 2 or 3, right? But since you're gaining more, I won less games, meaning I had a negative win rate. But really, if you round it up, which you should be rounding your win rate up anyways, it was 50%. I am living proof that it is technically possible to rank up with a negative win rate, as I just explained. But I do also want to say this. Grandmaster and above is a high rank. I will not let anyone discourage you or say that it's not. It is. Legitimately, this is where the ranks start to get your team. One person on your team could be playing perfect, and then they make a single mistake, like stacking a support ult, and then you lose the entire game because of it. That is the level that you're at that point in the game. Unironic. It just happened to me last night. And most GM players, Celestial players, one above all players, and Eternity players, they will tell you that. They will say that. This is the rank where one mistake matters, right? You have to play mostly perfect, right? And besides that, only 2.18% of the player base is higher than GM3. Now, it is slightly skewed just a little bit because for some odd reason, NetEase chooses to put every single player into Bronze 3, even if they're like new to the game. Like if you're level 10, you're in Bronze 3, right? I don't know why they do that, but they do that. So it's really more like maybe 4-6% of the player base, 4 to 6%. But I'm not a mathematician. I failed math numerous times in high school. That's not my job. So I'm going with 2.18%. Okay. And people love to claim that they're GM. Like if you go on Reddit, you can search up Grandmaster, go to the comment search, and you'll see people claiming that they're Grandmaster 1, 2, or 3, and most of them will be lying. Like they will be lying. Unironically, most of them are lying. Like legitimately. Like there's no possible way everyone here is GM. Like no way. And when people do that thing where they lie about being GM, that creates this stigma in people's heads of like, everyone's a GM, everyone's a Grandmaster. That means that rank is full of frauds. That people don't deserve to be there. I deserve to be there though, but people don't deserve to be there. That creeps into people's heads like a fucking creeper from Minecraft, right? And now don't get me wrong, there are 100% frauds in Grandmaster. Like you Cloak and Dagger players, I don't care what nerfs they got. I'm still banning Cloak and Dagger. Hell, I might even ban Rocket now. If Rocket and Cloak and Daggers, we all know carried frauds. That's what they are. I'd rather ban Rocket and make that one trick on the enemy team be actually completely useless than let them rain terror like they're bombing Britain in World War II with those healing orbs. Unironically, I'd rather do that. Again, if you're a one-trick pony and if you have Lord on Cloak and Dagger or Rocket, yeah, I don't care. You're a fraud. I do not care. I legitimately don't care. You probably do not deserve to be there. And if I ban either of these characters, you know where you're going, straight to the gulag. But anyways, those people usually get weeded out by Grandmaster 2 because again, you start actually losing more than you gained. If you lose, it's not really more than you start losing like 21, you'll gain 22, you'll lose 23, you'll gain 21. That's where that starts to happening in GM. And when you can't have a negative win rate and you can't climb, that's when you start seeing those people weeded out. So like it's unironically by like GM2, like early GM2, those people are usually out the equation. But to say that any player can get there is just blasphemy. That's blasphemous. And now you might be asking me, hey Celty, how do you know if you actually deserve to be in GM? I mean, if you can have a negative win rate, blah blah blah, do you deserve to be there? Well, if you deserve to be in GM, you probably know, like deep down, you probably know you deserve to be in GM. Like, it's not that thing that's like, oh, I'm a fraud. Oh my god. It's not a thing like, oh, I'm acting like I deserve to be there. Like deep down, there's like me. I have this thing deep down. I know where I belong in this game. I know where I belong. And other people, they have that thing where they know where they belong, right? It's not a thing that's like, oh, I'm 100% a platinum player, but I deserve to be in GM. Like, I'm in GM. I'm not in platinum. If I was in platinum by this point in the season, I know that, like, okay, at most I'm a diamond player, right? So if you understand that, like, at this point I'm GM, I deserve to be here. I'm like, okay, I'm GM too. Like, I'm no fraud. All right, that's just factually true. I'm no fraud. I am games away from GM1, but if you also can be in your lobbies, not carry, I'm not saying carry every game, but if you're consistently actually adding value to your team, you deserve to be there. I mean, obviously you're going to have those games where it's like, uh-oh, I shouldn't did that. Uh-oh, I'm on the bottom of the scoreboard. Uh-oh, I suck, right? You're going to have those games, everyone has them, but limiting them, that's the point. That's the point. And again, limiting your mistakes. Like, I made two mistakes the last game I played last night when I'm recording this. I made two mistakes. I hella ulted in a terrible spot 2 times, basically in a row. I basically sold my team. Unironically, I basically sold my team. Now, it could get more complicated, because as a team, we just weren't functioning that well, but like, I could have claimed at least 1 check mark on that convoy map. Like, I could have did that, but I didn't. So, oh well, I lost the game, we lost the game. Whatever, go on next. GG next, right? But the point is, I am tired of people claiming that grandmaster and above are frauds. In fact, I'll give you grandmaster 3. Early GM 3, maybe you don't deserve to be there. Maybe you don't. But I would not allow people to sit here and claim that anything above GM2 is a fraud. Now, you might have the ego the size of Uranus and the toxicity of a fucking acid pool from the Fallout series, but guess what? You're still GM2. You're winning more than you're losing, technically, at this point. But that's just what I have to say. So like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you later. Peace.